Okay, here how it's going to do. If you have any question, okay, regarding studying in state or Canada, you can ask me, okay? And he can also talk about a little bit. You see them too? See the handsome students? Okay, any question? Ali?
How can I get the visa?
It's not about the visa. It's not about
For studying?
Yes, studying regarding state and Canada. Turo, can you a little bit talk about the like what's the advantage of studying in Canada or the advantage of studying?
Talking about myself, basically. I live in Canada, Toronto. I study psychology. I go to York University here. So the thing about Canada is, when I applied colleges, universities for in Canada, if you score enough, you can easily get into universities. And there's advantages, disadvantages studying in Canada. You can make a pros and cons basically. First of all, the weather. The weather in Canada is so cold. You must think about everything: the weather, transportation, accommodation. You must think about what you're gonna study. The weather is so cold in Canada. That might be a disadvantage for you guys because it affects your life basically. It affects transportation. It affects your mood and everything. But one of the advantages is the French influence is big in Canada, in both countries, in the US and Canada. But you can work in Canada. You don't have to get a work permit if you're an international student in Canada. You can work while you're studying. I'm doing that. I go to work. The minimum wage rate is Canada is $12. So I'm making $12 per hour. I go to work 3 days a week. My international student fee is $20,000.
You said that it's really hard to get the working visa.
Whatever you want to do. But finding a job is difficult. Like the minimum wage rate is higher than US. Minimum wage rate is $8 as far as I know. So you might not, if you go to Canada or US, eventually, well, you might not want to go back home during holidays. You might stay instead of making money to pay your international student fees, and it's realistic. You can really do that. I mean, I'm doing it. It's outrageous. You can get up to 50% off on your international student fees as well.
So do you understand scholarships? Two ways: you get higher GPAs, higher scores, and activities like after school things. Remember, I mentioned
like charity.
Turu, can you a little bit talk about the activities? What type of activities you're talking about?
What kind of activities? I'm talking about building shelters for homeless people. It's a activity. You can help Red Cross and charity. My sister did so. I'm familiar with the application process and the way it goes. My sister got up to 50% discount by doing volunteer works, such as building shelters for homeless people. It really helps. It's realistic. You can do that too. You can do that. You can definitely save up to $6,000 by doing that. Basically, working for 20 hours volunteering. That would help too. So it might look scary in the first place, but you can always go to work. No one's gonna stop because both countries are diverse.